What's up, guys? Just back with another video. Just wanted to do a quick update on this 125 as it sits. Day before I'm going to be doing this tomorrow morning and transferring my 60 gallon that's in place, an established discus aquarium tropical tank, and basically transferring everything you see here into, hopefully successfully, back into this 125. So I just wanted to go over kind of where we're at with this tank and what I'm going to be doing. So just to start with the tank, I did move it inside. I had it out in the garage for about a week or so, just to kind of get my faculties in order. But I want to do a further review on the actual tank and the stand. It's not something that I've seen before, and it's actually a company called North American Aquatics. It's a 125 that actually comes with couple of these 30-inch LED lights and a pretty quality stand, and I want to go over that in a future video. But for now, right now as we sit here, I got a background on the tank. I did throw that on, and it's from my local pet store. It is I wanted to go with a lighter background just based on what was going on with my current 60 gallon with a black substrate, black background. It kind of was darkening up, giving some peppering to my discus. So I thought this one was pretty cool. I was thinking about going with like a straight blue color, but I kind of like the natural ocean kind of water kind of spectrum that's going on with this one. So as far as the 60 gallon goes, I've done a pretty big water change on this thing about 2 days ago. I did vacuum and pulled some of the decorations up and kind of completely took them out of the aquarium to kind of get the substrate as clean as I can get it, because I'm going to use all this plus one extra bag that I bought. And as you can see, it was way too much that I put in the 60 gallon for my setup. So I should be good to go. I got 2 bags of the Biohome Ultimate in there that I'm going to be throwing in tomorrow morning, and just got a couple totes, net, and some basic things to throw in some of this stuff. On some previous videos, you guys seen this the Bluegill 306 that I have. I have 2 trays of Biohome Ultimate and some polishing pads in there. I am not going to tear this filter down. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and join it with the FX6. That's going to be a new startup. I'm not going to take anything out of this thing. I'm basically going to leave it intact to jumpstart the 125. So I promise you guys I go over an update on this, how I'm setting this FX6 up. I talked about in a previous video. So again, I'm not trying to recreate every step with this thing, as I told you guys with the Pond Guru video that he has up. It's basically the same thing, slightly different. So basically I'll start out with the bottom tray and kind of go over what I'm pretty much going to do here. So I have about 2 pounds of the Biohome Ultimate in here. This stuff's brand new. Instead of I have each tray is essentially the same. I have a coarse foam with a medium foam on the top and medium tray, or middle tray rather, and the bottom tray I have a medium and a fine pad that's going to be on there. So I'm going to fill this up a little bit more. This is the new stuff. I just rinsed it out. So it's about maybe about 2 pounds of the Biohome Ultimate that I have in here. So that stuff's not going to be cycled. It's going to be brand new. I'm hoping to put the almost cycled Biohome Ultimate that I have inside the 60 gallon over here in the bottom. Put in my middle tray. And up top, I'm not going to load this up yet with Biohome. I'm going to keep this basically, almost like a sponge filter here. So as you saw in the previous video, it actually had 2 of these stacked up, which is the coarse foam, like egg crate kind of style. So I took the extra one that I had. I'm going to toss that, put it in there upside down so it fits in there a little nicer, and then I cut a piece of polishing pad that I had to the circumference of this, and I'm going to throw that in there for now. I don't want to load this filter up completely with relatively fresh biological media with Biohome. If you add a lot of it all at once, it can tend to spike your pH, and I don't think at this point I am willing to risk that at this point. So this second tray, the middle tray, will be filled up with the Biohome Ultimate that's is hopefully seeded with a couple weeks into my 60-gallon. Hopefully it's ready to go. But I didn't want to take that chance. I think that the bio load in my tank versus between the two filters that I'm going to have, the 306 and the FX6, should be good. But I didn't want to take that risk with adding all this biological media at once. So I will add that eventually. So as everything sits, it's pretty much ready to go for tomorrow morning when I tear down the 60-gallon and get this filter in place. You know, tomorrow is going to be probably somewhat of a chaotic day, getting, you know, the two, you know, aquariums switched out, worrying about the discus, and just doing the transfer in general. I did have some water that's staged downstairs in the basement with some heaters on that. It's been gassed off for a while, so I think between the new water, what I'm gonna, you know, try to salvage some of this water out of here just for the sake of, I just did a big water change and that was the intention there. I think I should be good. It should be a good transition. You know, with this, is the biggest thing is obviously your temperature, and you know, your water parameter shouldn't swing too much with the fact that all of this, you know, pretty much everything that's in here, substrate, the rocks, the driftwood, everything you see in here is going to be going into the 125. So I don't expect, you know, a crash, but stay tuned and we'll see, and I'll give you an update as soon as I have everything together.